Right here on Reverb in Toronto, a place where you can catch a lot of good shows, including International Noise Conspiracy a while ago, and now Snapcase are playing here. And the guys from Snapcase, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And thank you for joining us. You've been around for a lot longer than 3 years, but it seems like the last 3 years is when you guys have really got your legs. It's when it seems like Snapcase has really carried this to the next level.
Well, I think, you know, actually next year will be 10 years for Snapcase. And we've been more and more of a serious band. And by serious, I mean, I guess, more dedicated to the band. We've always been doing other things, going to school, working other jobs. And I think we've been most committed to Snapcase now for the past, like, year and a half to 2 years. And just doing a lot of touring.
The subject matter on designs, the subject matter for what Snapcase is about has always been about intensity, and not the same kind of intensity that people are accustomed to, because you work with a whole bunch of different levels. But at the same time, you kind of challenge the people who listen to your record and who watch your shows to pay attention to some of the things that you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we try to do with the lyrics and the message of the band is to instill confidence within the listener. And that confidence is to be, you know, will hopefully generate, you know, more thought on their part. You know, they're not going to read our lyrics and just try and take what we said as their own. They're going to interpret it on their own, personalize the song in their own way. And I think that's what makes music artistic, is when everybody can get something different out of what they're hearing or reading or seeing, like, you know, like a good painting or something. So, and it's even that much better and more important when I think it's a meaningful message rather than just something more trivial or whatever.
Basically, we're into encouraging people to kind of think for themselves and, like, decide what's right for them, whether it be any sort of movement, who knows. But as long as they're doing it for themselves and not doing it because, like, we or any band is, like, telling them to do it.
We really want to have a fan base that's, you know, wants to identify themselves with themselves, you know, like identify from within. And once you know yourself, then you can decide if you like, you know, different things, you know, different things like vegetarianism and straight edge and things like this. You shouldn't do these things just because it's what is cool at the moment, or like it's, you know, a bunch of people also who are doing it and you want to identify with them. But you should know yourself first and then do it because you think it's what's right for you. And, you know, that's what we're here for, to help people, you know, think along those lines.
It's so easy for people who want to fit in, like you were saying. So
Exactly.
that almost puts a different responsibility on you when you realize this, because the moment you're aware that people will just blindly follow, some people will, you are then in a position now where people are looking to you for something.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and I think that's the point where we're trying to encourage people. Like, I mean, at first you get the people that, like you said, blindly following, but it's like it's up to us to kind of encourage them to, like, look, that's kind of not the way you should really be doing it. You are a person and you can think for yourself, and kind of, like Daryl was saying, like identifying with it from within and, like, figuring out for yourself what's right for you, because, I mean, we're not the person that's should be doing that. It's, I mean, only you know what's right for you, definitely.
Do you think that with most heavier music, it's almost as if the artists and the fans aren't together? There isn't that connection that seems to be there with some of the core acts.
I think that a lot of heavier bands have very strong images, like physically, like when you look at them. And Snapcase, you know, we more look like we look like kids that could be in the crowd as well, you know. And so we automatically kind of wipe out that whole, like, image thing, you know. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that go along with, like, aggressive music that stereotypes aggressive music that we don't really want to be part of, you know. I think a lot of people always assume that aggressive music is violent or it's negative.
Or lacks melody.
Yeah, things like that. And, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think we try to go beyond that, and I think our fans that have been with us throughout the years, you know, they respect Snapcase for, you know, keeping a certain level of intensity, but yet not being stupid and being like violent.